So this is our recording for Lord of the Flies, in which we were actually had to create an artistic piece from the book, right? And it had to be an artistic representation of what happened in the book. So for this, we decided to use a game called Fortnite and the map creation tool in order to recreate the jungle. This is because the game had a wide variety of shrubbery that allowed us to put trees, bushes, and grass in, and everything you see in this recording had to be manually placed in over the course of a week. So as you can see, this is the jungle scene. This is where the hunters would have gone to hunt for food and had to especially look for hogs to kill, which was the main point of the book, which actually drove Jack crazy, trying to get all the meat. So just seeing everything be created and just take it all in. This was actually very interesting because a lot of the shrubbery you see here took up a lot of space for the memory, and we were limited on memory, which did not allow us to place a ton of it in, but as much as we needed. So as you can see, now we're walking down to the beachfront area, and the shrubbery becomes less and less as there's less and less water towards the beach. So one important thing to note is that the actual beach itself was placed by us. This is actually not the natural beach in Fortnite. We placed these tiles on the ground to create the illusion of the beach because the original beach was too sloped to actually place anything on. So this is going to be the meeting rock. This was the big rock in the book. We actually don't know the exact size of it. We just guesstimated that it would be big enough to be able to see the whole beach and everything on it. And this is where they would come to meet when they actually blow the conch shell. You can also notice the amount of people in the background. Some of them are fighting, which represents the amount of fighting that would have gone on in Lord of the Flies among all the people trying to survive. Here is the houses used by Ralph and Simon, those that they were built by. And they actually weren't as big as the houses in this recording, but these are the best houses we could find that actually fit the theme. There was actually a major issue with Lord of the Flies where they were not able to really create substantial housing because they could not correctly work together. So going back up on the meeting rock again, and then we're going to head over to the meeting area now, the actual fireplace. And this is actually where some of the role-playing took place after they killed their first pig and they started actually jumping around the fire and nearly killed someone trying to celebrate because at this point they were going crazy. Now the cool thing is this is actually a real working fire in the game, and even though it doesn't show it because the HUD is turned off, the actual display, but you could actually go in and turn on the fire in the map we created. This is the bathing pool. This is where people will try to use to keep good hygiene. This is all again created using fake water and rocks. However, it goes to show our creativity because every single one of these rocks and stuff had to be manually placed in order to show and create that illusion. Again, we don't know how truly big it was, and we also don't have the memory and space, but this is us trying our hardest with this challenge of recreating this map inside of this game. We actually use a desert themed rocks from a prefabrication, pre-made rocks and everything in order to recreate it. As you can see, that's actually the building right there. People are actually able to build and attempt to create structures. This is actually where the beach would connect to the rest of the ocean. As you can see, it's actually a different elevation because we had to create the fake beach. However, it goes to show that this is where they would have came onto the island after the plane crash. You can see off in distance, you see the rock walls. This was just used as a natural divide because we, again, did not have enough space in the memory to recreate the entire island. So we just kind of created a natural divide because the island itself is very rocky in general. So the amount of people working on this project, it was me, Lewis, and Robert. There was also some minor help by other people trying to get small details in because there was just a lot of small details we had to work on. Now, as I said before, we could not create the entire island. So what you're seeing is by those rock faces, that's actually the edge of the jungle. And what we did was we made the shrubbery get more and more dense as it went back to create the illusion as if we created the entire island. And this goes to show our creativity in this project in dealing with complicated circumstances. As you can see, just walking around more and more, showing all the minor details, showing the wide variety, different types of wood. These are actually rusty cans they're playing with, which actually, considering trash from World War II, it actually wouldn't have been that uncommon for them to even find rusty cans. This concludes our presentation.